Okay, so I wanted to make this vlog because I feel like a very specific age thing just happened to me that I feel like I would like to look back on when I'm like 40, 50, 70, 75, 80. Which is when your prefrontal cortex updates fully. When your prefrontal cortex updates completely fully when you're 26, like 25, 26. And I just want to talk about my experience with that. Because that's been huge. Like, huge. And honestly, I want to say it hit me at like 26. Maybe I'm a late bloomer. I guess I've always been a late bloomer, I guess. I would say it hit at like 26 because I'm really like 25 and a half, 26, and then on, I'm like gaining consciousness every single day. That shit has been crazy. I don't know how else to say it. The mental clarity, focus, and prioritization that my brain has undergone the past couple of months since I've turned 26 has been absolutely insane. The way I'm able to look at things now. I've always been like a critical thinker, and I've always been able to look at things rationally, but this has been a game changer. This update, God, this update that you installed in humans has been crazy. Like, this update has been insane. Like, I see things so differently now, in such a better light. I'm able to prioritize differently. And maybe it's just because I'm getting closer to my goals. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's a combination of both that's kind of hitting me. Like, I don't want to like completely blame it on just like the update. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Woo, bless me. Okay, so but no, it's just been it's allowed me to be able to prioritize things that matter to me more. Like, I always knew what was at the top of my hierarchy, but like I didn't have wait, give me 1 second. Okay, back. So I always knew what was kind of at the top of my hierarchy. Like, there's like certain things like truth or beauty, aesthetics, building a business, building an empire, land, romance, connection, like all of that. Aesthetic beauty, buying cool shit. So there's like things I knew, but the problem was I didn't really have it prioritized well. Like, I didn't know if I could just like focus on building a sustainable business, everything else could follow suit. And I was working with limited resources as well. I mean, once you're out of college, your pay is like crap. And everything else is crap. So it was pretty unfortunate. What is kind of a downer, the only downer about this update, is I feel recently, in very recent months, not a whole lot, but I'm like a little bit bummed out by this. It's that like, it's so much of a mental difference that like, I'm low-key kind of upset with myself over the decisions that I've made prior to this update. Like, I feel like I'm grandfathered in, if that makes any sense. It's like, I made these choices before and all of them have been good choices. It's just, I have such mental clarity now that I'm like, why the fuck would I do that or spend money on that or go there or say yes to this person? Like, why would I even get that? Like, it's so much of like a change that I'm like, damn. Like, I really could have used that money now that I have this update, but you're young and you don't know that this update's coming. I mean, you do, but you just don't know how powerful it is. Does that make any sense? Like, I feel like I'm low-key, like, I'm, like, grandfathered in from the decisions that I've made before I turned 25, 26. I'm like, fuck. Like, damn it. Like, now I have to suffer through the consequences of my choices that I made prior to turning 26 and still have this mental clarity that this is not it. Like, at least, like, back then when I was making those choices, it felt right during the time. And not that I made anything crazy. I'm sounding like insane, but when you have goals that are very high like me, you have to be uber specific as to your choices in life. Like, you have to, like, down to the hour, down to the second about what you spend your time on. And now that I have this kind of clarity, I'm like, shit, I really should have not done that or spent money on that or gone there or, you know, but you live and you learn, and I'm not like, it's not like eating at me. It's just like, damn, that kind of, it's like a bummer. I'm like, ah, shit, that would have been nice. So anywho, I just wanted to talk about being 26 and having your prefrontal cortex update, because that shit has been crazy. And I'm able just to see things like trauma that I've gone through in a lot different light. And yeah, like certain trauma that I've gone through in my life, I'm able to see it from a different view. And like people in my life, I'm able to see in a different view. So, anywho, I got this scratch on me last night. I don't know where it came from. Hope I'm not getting possessed. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. I don't know if I have any other thoughts on that. I just feel grandfathered in. Like, damn, shouldn't have done that, but whatever. I was young and my brain wasn't fully developed. So we live and we learn. I do think the next couple years are going to be huge for me, as in like getting started. You know, I mean, so much of my life has been laying down the foundations. I mean, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, kind of my after college certifications, getting like job experience, locking in a solid job, and then it's like, okay, getting married, having like my home life, like a lot of foundational work before I could actually get started into what I want to do, which is to invest in real estate, which I'm very close to. Next year I'll be able to start that. So I think around March or April of next year is when I move from phase 1, which I would call like the foundation building, like stability phase, to the growth phase. And then phase 3 will be like the retirement, live off my millions and tell everyone to fuck off phase. So really cool. That's where I'm at in life. It's like, okay, phase 1 would be like 0 to 26. Phase 2 would be like 26 to like probably 40, 45. And then 45 to like until I'm dead, the fuck off. Like, do whatever you want with your money, you made it phase. So yeah, I hope any of that made sense. That's where my brain's at. I kind of use this as like a video diary because I don't like writing. My brain works way too fast for a pencil. So it just comes out of me. All right. I don't like writing, by the way. I don't like a diary. I mean, I'll use a diary, but like, I just, I get more mental, like I'm able to articulate myself a lot better and faster through my voice. So that's that. Just my skin. I've spent like so much money on my skin. Why? It doesn't even look that good. You live and you learn.